Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between, and welcome to another episode of Aunt Millicent's Cooking Show. Hello, and thanks for joining me again on the show. This is a Valentine's Day edition of the Aunt Millicent's Cooking Show. I'm going to be making something called Love Strawberry Thumbnail Cookies. So I think they're fun and easy, and it will give you a basic sugar cookie recipe with a little bit of extra for fun. So without further ado, let's apron up and let's get started. Okay, y'all, let's get right into the ingredients. First thing you're going to have to do is get yourself 2 sticks of butter. Make sure they're good and soft, and make sure they're not too stiff, or they won't be beat very well. Next thing you're going to need is some powdered sugar. And the next thing is the egg yolk, not the whites, just the yolk. Okay. Next thing you're going to need is a 1.5 cups of flour. This flour is provided by King Arthur's Flour. And by the way, I should mention that's employee owned, so support them as much as you can. Okay. And then we're going to need some cornstarch and some vanilla extract, just a little bit of that, and a little bit of salt. Okay. That's going to be our cookie dough. Okay, so we're going to knead that up and make that first. The next thing we're going to need, when we get done with that, we're going to flatten out our cookies, and we're going to either I don't suggest you use your thumb. We're going to make an impression in the cookie, and we're going to fill that with some jam or preserves. So I've got some raspberry preserves, strawberry preserves to fill it in, whichever one I feel like. And that's going to go in the oven too. So that's why we call them thumbprint cookies. Okay. And then the last thing, I just got it for fun for Valentine's Day. I've got some pink sugar, and we'll just add it to the top just for fun because, it is Valentine's Day week and we have to be somewhat festive. Okay, so let's start mixing. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, as you can see, folks, we are at the mixer. I have got my softened butter in the bowl, which you can't see on camera for some reason, but there's 2 sticks in there, and we're going to add a 1/2 cup powdered sugar. Go ahead and blend that together, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, now that we got that all whisked together, I'm going to put in my egg yolk. And you need a teaspoon of vanilla extract going in. Go ahead and blend that together too, okay? Okay, y'all, now that we've got our egg and our extract in there, go ahead and add that 1/3 cup of cornstarch. There we go. And I'm going to start sifting this here, start mixing it. Now we get that going, I've got 1.5 cups of flour that I'm going to slowly put in this. So just pour it in a little bit at a time and let it get nice and mixed up, okay? So put the whole thing in and I'll be back, okay? Oh, okay, y'all. Now we have got our cookie dough formed up. So before you dig any further, go ahead and go wash your hands because we're going to be messing with this with our hands. Okay, so I know where your hands have been, so go wash them. Okay. All right. So let's pull our dough out here and get yourself a cooking sheet, and we're going to make little balls out of this guy. Okay. So take your hands and just roll them up. Okay, they can be, I don't know how big they are. That's however big they are is my hand, right? And go ahead and start placing them on the cookie sheet. Okay, and when you get them all arranged, we'll come back. Okay, y'all, I have got my little dough balls here on my tray, and now the next step, you're going to take yourself a spatula and flatten them out. So give them the goods. Okay, just a nice little squish. Okay, and they got to be flat on top so they can keep our little jelly well. Okay. So you do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have flattened my cookies. So at this point, we need to make a little well, like a depression in here. So I found this 1/2 teaspoon thing that I think will work really well, okay? So once we get to the end here, we're going to put some jelly or jam, whatever your poison is, in these little wells, okay? Try to get them kind of deep so they will retain it, okay? So you do that, go through the whole thing and make little wells, okay? Okay, so I've got my depressions in my cookies. These are your so-called thumbprints, okay? I guess you could use your thumb, just make sure it's good and clean, okay? So now the next step is we're going to have to refrigerate this for 30 minutes, okay? So 30 minutes, put it in somewhere cold. And when we pull them out, we'll bake them. So go ahead and heat your oven to, I think it's 350. Yeah, 350 cook it for about 12, 15 minutes, okay? So I'll be back with the jelly part, okay? Okay, y'all, we are back. This has been in the fridge for 30 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and get these are actually strawberry preserves, okay? And I want y'all to fill up your little wells with strawberry. Doesn't have to be an absolutely perfect little divot, but as long as you get them in there, should be good, okay? I'm going to go ahead and fill all these in. When I'm done, I'm going to put them in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. Check on them, make sure they're done, and we'll be done with these boys, okay? So tune in a minute, okay? Hey y'all, we made it to the dining room and we are ready to try our strawberry thumbprint cookies. Here they are. They look just like this. They're nice and firm. So there's one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to add any sugar to the top before I baked it, but you can do that if you want. It's totally optional. And they work just fine without it. So here we go, down the hatch. That's nice. It's firm, but it's got so much butter in it that it literally just kind of falls apart. And that's very tasty. So I hope you enjoy making the cookies. You can, excuse me. You can substitute almond extract in these if you want to make a slightly different taste, or you could use the vanilla, either one you like. So with that, I hope you're spending a wonderful Valentine's Day with your person you love. And I hope you enjoyed making the cookies. And I wish you all a very happy and healthy bon appetit.